Hi, I'm Adeline Fetz, founder of Playtime All the Time CBBC Utopia. For more information about our developmental products, visit Playtime All the Time CBB's 2272 on YouTube. Enjoy the show. In 2005, a public broadcasting service, two companies behind children's television shows, and a cable provider would change the landscape of children's television forever. Sprout has been on air for 12 years with 101 shows, 7 program blocks, and availability in over 16 million homes. While the channel may not exist anymore, it still lives on in the hearts of the children that had a chance to watch it. Sprout's distinctive, interactive programming and original hosted program blocks were what set it apart from others, and allowed it to help those in need. The hosts were greeted by countless children when they appeared live, and have received over 5,000 viewer submissions. Sprout was arguably the most influential television channel ever in existence, and here is its story. On December 25th, 2006, The Hoobs, a British series from the Jim Henson Company and distributed by Hit Entertainment, will premiere on PBS Kids Sprout with a marathon titled Happy Hoobie Holidays, presented by show characters Tula and Groove. An encore of the marathon aired on New Year's Day 2007. On February 14, 2007, the second season of The Many Adventures of Mr. Mailman premiered during Sprout's special Valentine delivery, which aired from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., in which Mr. Mailman would deliver Valentines from characters such as Barney, the Hoobs, Elmo, Caillou, and the Teletubbies, as well as virtual cards sent in by Sproutlets. A second season of Sprout Diner premiered on March 16, 2007, during Sprout Diner March Menu, which contained shows related to healthy eating. For a long time, The Goodnight Show was Sprout's only program block, but soon it was about to get a playmate. On May 7, 2007, Day 1 at NCTA in Las Vegas, Nevada, Andrew B. Cham announced a new block to air on PBS Kids Sprout, which would air every afternoon from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and put a focus on music and science.
Oh, look at the time. Well, we've got places to be, sights to see, wonderful things to know.
The Let's Go show premiered on June 25, 2007, and was hosted by actor Milton Barnes. Sandy Wax wanted someone with charisma and could sing, and Milton Barnes was the perfect fit. Barnes would end up playing the show's host, Miles, who liked to sing songs and play instruments and would go on musical adventures with Banjo, a pink dog who was curious and liked playing her homemade instrument namesake. Banjo was performed by Allie J. Eisner. Miles and Banjo would go places ranging from the farm to the zoo to the beach, by driving a cardboard car named Carla. Carla was supposed to be a motor or hybrid car, until the team decided that a cardboard car was the best fit for preschoolers. The Let's Go show was shot at Wallace Film Studios in Toronto, Canada, and 23 episodes were produced for the first season, with the final one airing on July 20th, 2007. On August 22nd, 2007, SproutOnline.com received its first site refresh. The site now featured dedicated pages for each show, a customizable section for registered users known as My Refrigerator, and several new games were added, such as Photo Framer or the Art Studio. In addition, the Parents Place site was added, founded by Diana Capiati and featuring articles about Sprout's programming, parenting, and ones written by experts at Kids Health and Sesame Workshop. Parents Place also hosted Sprout's band of bloggers, with each member being listed on the site. In May 2007, another Hooray for Mother's Day was held, but this time, it was broadcast live, a first for PBS Kids Sprout. With this, Andrew B. Cham had a decision that would change the channel forever. He wanted a live show for Sprout, so the folks in charge discussed ideas for hosting one. Showcase Sproutless cards, artwork, etc., frequently host appearances from PBS Kids Sprout characters, discuss topics preschoolers love, and represent the way they play in their spare time. The show would also have a segment with an online game companion teaching children how to get dressed. The team then came up with a title, referencing eating eggs for breakfast, The Sunny Side Up Show, which will premiere on PBS Kids Sprout on September 26, 2007. The Sunshine Barn is a steel set designed to assemble a barn, and the host would showcase Sproutlets weather and birthday cards, with each broadcast week centering around educational themes and topics preschools could pick up on. Kevin Yamada returned as a host, excited about reading cards live, and they hired Kelly Bowman, an actress from Mansfield, Ohio, who had been performing with the Philadelphia troupe Comedy Sports. I'm fancy to have a show with Kevin and Kelly's orange chicken friend, Chica. Chica communicated through squeaks, which only the host could understand.
Chica and I like to play Dress Chica. That's another game you can play at sproutonline.com. And some of you have.
This was partially because the people who performed her, dubbed Chicateers, were associate producers who would help produce the show in the control room during the third production week. The Sunny Side Up show would sometimes feature guests from PBS Kids about shows, such as the Sesame Street characters. The show ran from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and was originally shot in Haddon Heights, New Jersey, before moving to the Comcast Center in Philadelphia. Also on September 26, 2007, PBS Kids Sprout premiered Musical Mornings with Koo, which ran from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The show was hosted by Koo, a turquoise cuckoo bird who lived in the cuckoo clock and would sing songs about interpersonal skills and morning routines. The show was produced using Henson Digital Puppetry, and Koo was performed by Julian Buscher, a puppeteer who had worked with Sesame Street and the Muppets. Accompanying Koo was Elizabeth Balzano, a music therapist who would sing songs about doing things like playing at a park. She hosted the video series aimed at children on the autism spectrum, Bounce, which was aired on PBS Kids Sprout during Musical Mornings, and would sometimes appear on the Sunny Side Up show. Play With Me Sesame, a Sesame Street spin-off that made its premiere on Noggin in 2002, also premiered on PBS Kids Sprout, and aired during the Sunny Side Up show. In the middle of each show, the host would showcase Sproutlets drawings. Finally, the fourth season of The Goodnight Show would premiere, introducing the new segment in Lucy Light the Way, in which Lucy would lay out 3 clues as Nina and Star would guess where she was. Also, Nina and Star would tell stories using the crafts they made earlier. Children from Philadelphia ASL School joined Nina in her signs, and Sproutlets would join Nina in doing Sprout stretches. In the fourth season, each stretch was themed after a different PBS Kids Sprout character.
Let's try a Sprout stretch named after our penguin pal, Pingu.
The addition of Lucy Light the Way also pushed the Goodnight Show a bit too close in the being a Blue's Clues clone. They had been juggling with similar archetypes during the first season with Melanie, but now was as plain as day. Both shows had a human host and a non-human character, teaching preschool subjects through friendly games, simple songs, and make and do activities. And both shows had seen their fair share of host changes over the years, but they had similarities end. Blue's Clues taught children about critical thinking, while encouraging them to interact with the characters along the way. On The Goodnight Show, on the other hand, viewers were talked to, but the characters didn't ask them where the green triangle was that was right behind them. It was much more gentle and chill. While Blue's Clues may be one of the perfect children's shows, even it has hyperactive moments, such as the male song. The Goodnight Show was a lot more calm, the content being developed by sleep specialists. If Blue's Clues was like a day at preschool, The Goodnight Shows may aim irredarkly at night. PBS Kids Sprout would also sign a distribution agreement with Time Warner Cable, which had cable channels since its launch, making it available in more homes. In November 2007, Barney would appear live on the Sunny Side Up show for Thanksgiving, showing Sproutlets messages and artwork, which would be turned to many movies from the Little Director Company. Afterwards, he would host a marathon of Barney and Friends episodes. In December, PBS Kids Sprout would hold Hooray for the Holidays, premiering a music video, Bob the Builder and Caillou specials, and Sprout Snooze-a-thon, which would show footage of Nina and Star and other PBS Kids Sprout characters asleep from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. on Christmas Eve.